the closest thing to real football that we've seen yet. Training camp today starts now. Welcome into Training Camp Today, brought to you by Gillette. I'm Megan O'Brien. Today's Patriots practice was a little bit different. For starters, it was the first time we saw referees at practice during 2020 training camp. They also spent an extended amount of time on 11-on-11 drills, and it was the closest thing to real football that we've seen this season. A position group that we haven't talked much about is the defensive tackle position. Second-year player Byron Cowart has stood out, and he'll have every opportunity to compete for a spot. We now welcome on Patriots.com's Paul Perillo to join us. Paul, practice was fun today. We saw a lot of 11-on-11 work. It was scrimmage-ish, kind of?
Yeah,
What do you think?
It was a little bit of a different look. And, you know, we talked a lot about this during the offseason. When we knew there weren't going to be preseason games, how was the team going to be able to sort of prepare for the physicality? We didn't see live tackling, but it was pretty close. And what I thought was really interesting was, you know, the timing element. You talked about the refs off the top. You know, they were involved. You know, play clock is involved. The tempo of the practice I thought was pretty good. The performance of the offense, a little sketchy, but it was certainly the most fun we've had watching a practice so far.
But we know this defense is strong for the Patriots, especially in the defensive back group. How does going up against those strong defenders help the Patriots offense?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, right? How does Bill Belichick look at the results of, you know, these individual plays? Does he look at it as, well, the defense is playing great, or does he wonder, you know, do I have enough offensively, especially in the skilled spots, you know, the wide receivers, do I have enough to make plays against anybody? Or, you know, we have Stephon Gilmore back there. He is the defensive player of the year. He'd make it tough on anybody. So I do think that's a balance. I do think the defense continues to sort of set the pace at these practices, but it's something to keep an eye on moving forward.
And you mentioned at the top, no live tackling, but it was more football today than we've seen throughout the past practices. What can someone take away from a day like today?
Well, I like to, you know, look at some of the physicality up front. You know, the very first play, right? We see Damian Harris bust through a really big hole off the left side, and he's down, you know, maybe an 80-yard touchdown. I don't know. I'm going to at least give him, you know, a 10-yard gain. So you see some of that blocking up front. The pass protection issues, I think, have still sort of persisted throughout the summer. So some of those things need to be cleaned up. But I think you can see a lot. You can't see the live tackle and you can't see the total result, but there's a lot that you can glean from.
Thank you, Paul. After practice, the mood turned somber as Devin McCourty and other Patriots leaders spoke about the injustice going on in the country.
I've been thinking a lot the last couple of days, and I've had so many different emotions of being angry, being sad. A lot of it is really been what I try to talk to young kids about. Is I've felt very hopeless, and I don't have a statement, like I don't have anything powerful. It's just been very disheartening. Just watching things transpire, watching lives still be lost. And it's not just police brutality, like it's just everything we deal with. Even, you know, like today, I'm going to come on here, you guys, and ask me questions, and it's going to be about, you know, my opinions on different things. But I just feel like overall, until people turn on different things and we watch that and we all have that same outlook of like, man, like what is going on? Like this is heartbreaking. This is terrible. It just doesn't matter, man. And I've just felt very hopeless the last couple of days.
That will do it from Training Camp today. We'll be back with all of your coverage tomorrow.